Hello, welcome back to the Happy Hearts, welcome back to the channel. I'm Neil, and in this video I'm going to be looking at teleprompters. Are they any good for your YouTube channel? Do they work? Which is the best one, and how do I fit a teleprompter to my Sony ZV-1 camera? This video is basically an excuse for an unboxing of this. The Desview T3 teleprompter for tablet, smartphone, iPad, or in my case, the Sony ZV-1 camera. We'll get to the unboxing in a moment, but let me show you my setup because it's working really well for me. This is the Desview T3 teleprompter. Down here is the Desview R5 Mark II field monitor. It's a 7-inch field monitor. Now I've paid for all of this with my own money, so this isn't sponsored and it hasn't been given to me for free, but I do really like this setup. Let me show you how I've attached it to the camera. I'll go through this in detail on the unboxing, but I have a wide view lens adapter, can't even get the words out, attached to my Sony ZV-1 camera, and on that you have a ring where you can attach filters. Well, that means I can attach a ring that holds the teleprompter to the camera. Let me show you setting it up. You take the ring that comes with the teleprompter and screw that onto the filter ring. Then you can take off the protective cover for the teleprompter, and it reveals this kind of groove thing that you slip over the ring, so the ring holds the teleprompter on the end of the camera for you. And this is what it looks like through the camera, so you don't get to see what is being projected onto the screen. Look, I can show you, I've got words on my computer and they go onto the monitor and they are reflected in the glass. Now it looks like the monitor is far away on the camera, but in real life the way that the optics work is that these words actually fill the screen. So I can see that on there, but my camera's not showing it because of the way it's the laws of physics mean that I can't actually show you what my eyes can see, but I can see this text really clearly. The way I've done that is that I have a PC under my desk, and HDMI lead comes out from the PC, and you just connect that to the field monitor. I've also got a power cable going in. It's usually a bit tidier than this, but I've got a power cable going in to power the monitor. Now the great thing with a field monitor is you can do this with a phone, but with a field monitor I can bring up a menu on the monitor, and in the menu I can set the monitor to reverse the text, so I can flip the image horizontally. So I don't know if I can get the camera close enough, but it's actually projecting backwards what is coming out from my PC. The great thing with that is that I don't need any other apps. I can just use plain old Google Docs. So this is a Google Doc with my script on. I've got the zoom into 200 and I've zoomed into that on my PC, and I can even hit F11 here and that will fill the screen with the text. And then while I'm talking, so I can hold the camera and talk at the same time, I can scroll the text. So I can say that WhatsApp can be a complete pain sometimes, especially when someone adds you to a group chat. And I can just scroll through my script as I'm reading it. I can do it at whatever speed I like. I can make this text bigger or smaller. I've got full flexibility. The other way that I use this setup is that I can put Zoom calls up onto the monitor, which means I can look at the camera. I can give full eye contact to the screen throughout the call without having to awkwardly look up and down during the call. So this has been so helpful for me, and it's helped me to make so many more videos because it means that I can project the text or the image that I want to look at while I'm recording actually in my eye line, and it's really helped. It's not cheap. but I've been using this every day, so this setup, I wish I'd gone for this setup earlier, but I tried bodging it with a phone and a cheaper teleprompter. I wanted to treat myself because I was using it so much. This is how the Desview T3 teleprompter arrives. I'll just give you shots of all sides of the box. It's a really nice bit of packaging, even though it's a plain brown box. Actually makes it feel quite premium. So I'll open up the package and we have a user guide. I guess this is going to be all the adapters. Let's open this up. Yeah, look, all the adapter rings and foam fillers for using it with a smartphone. I'll be using mine with a Sony ZV-1. Cleaner cloth. There's some more holders in there. We have a teleprompter remote, and then the big thing in the box is the teleprompter itself. It's really nice foam packaging. But the main reason I wanted to buy this particular teleprompter is this. This is crucial. This ring here, I don't have that on my other teleprompter, and other budget teleprompters do not have this. Between uses, if that's open, hang on, I'll just try and open it up to demonstrate. There's like a lip here. On it says pull. That's really helpful. I'm not following that at all. So it slides on. What happens is if that's open, dust gets into it, inside it. So I'm constantly having to clean inside the teleprompter screen. So to cover it up for protection, this has a nice tray, nice branded cover that just slides on like that. So we have the two cold shoe mounts. Again, I'm going to be using that. I'll put a ring light on one, and I can put you could put a monitor, or I could put my wireless mic receiver so I can see the levels on there. The other reason I wanted to buy this one is because of this nice big gap down here. I've got a nice chunky Desview field monitor that I use for, oh hello, you can see me. I use a field monitor, and the monitor's just too close to the glass on my other budget teleprompter. They're different sized foam cutouts for pressing against a smartphone if you're using the smartphone to record rather than the smartphone to do the cueing and the word projection. And we have all these different adapter rings, and they will come individually wrapped, which is a nice touch. But look, up here I have a pretend setup. To find your ring, I'll open the 52mm. Let's see if this one fits. Like a glove. So the idea is this is to simulate your camera. This smartphone holder isn't actually a smartphone holder. You can pull it out this much for a phone, like I'll demonstrate. This is a Samsung S20, but you can stretch it further by pressing this button here. It gives you an extra extension. So this can hold up to, I think it says, you'll have to check this, but I think it's an 11-inch tablet. The instructions aren't very clear, but what we need to do is loosen this, which then drops this holder section like that, and that reveals an area where we can put the bolt in. So I'll slide the bolt through here, line it up with the bolt, and just screw this in. The holder is firm, and I can now push this back up. But what's great with the T3, the Desview T3, is that you can adjust the height. We are good to go. So if I take off this protective holder, hang on, I could just slide it out. There we go. The way you mount it onto an SLR, DSLR, or mirrorless camera, or I do it with my ZV-1 with the ring adapter. Slide the teleprompter onto this ring, and that holds it on place like that. Let me show you what it looks like side on. And this looks really good. So what I want to do now, obviously, is put it on the camera that you're watching right now. So I'm now on my phone. I can do this one-handed, hopefully. Just slide it off the ring. There we go. And I can now mount the teleprompter onto my ZV-1, so you can see the view from the camera. But on the side, all I do is line up the teleprompter with this ring and just pull it into place. I'm doing this one-handed, which isn't helpful, but here we go. click, on it goes. And oh, that looks so good. So just to explain, on my ZV-1 I have this wide-angled lens which is bolted, it's clamped to the camera, and this lens has a ring which looks like it's 62mm, and so I put the 62mm ring onto my lens, and then you can just clip the teleprompter on like that, and that is looking really good. And you can see the view from the camera itself. Oh my goodness. And the problem that I had, because this is a wide-angled lens, the problem I had with the previous teleprompter was that I could actually see the edges of the teleprompter in the corner, which is fine because I'd just crop it out, or it wasn't too noticeable. So this is looking really good. So the greatest thing for me for the Desview T3 is if I take this off, just slide it up like that, I do not want dust going into that hole. I can already see some is getting in there. So slide that in, clonk, and then I can put the protective ring on, and that will stop dust, pollen, debris going into the teleprompter while it's in storage. That unboxing was recorded about 3 weeks ago. I've been using this setup every day, pretty much, every time I put the camera on. I've used it for Zoom calls for my day job, and I can just read the text straight off the camera, straight down the barrel of the lens, so you get the full effects of me speaking fluently as if I know what I'm talking about, because I've planned it in advance and I've put the script on the screen. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below or just say hi. It'd be lovely to hear from you. And thank you for hitting the thumbs up or the subscribe button. It really helps me to keep this channel going. I hope this video is useful. And right here is what YouTube knows you want to be watching next.